What's poppin' T-Subs and T-Squad? So listen, before I get down to today's review, I have to let you all in on this brand new streaming service that's been around for about a year now, and it is called BKWorldTube. Yeah, girl, BKWorldTube. Who are BKWorldTube? I'm so glad you asked, daughter. For all intents and purposes, they're the new Black Netflix, where they show all of the latest and greatest Black urban TV and sitcoms. They do everything from Love and Hip Hop franchise to the Real Housewives franchise to Tyler Perry's If Loving You Was Wrong, probably the haves and the have-nots, and they even also do RuPaul's Drag Race. Definitely love that. So for everybody who is all down with supporting all of our Black businesses, please click the link down in my description box and go on over there and get your BK World Tube on, girl. Tell them I sent you and they gonna treat you right. And now, on to today's review. What's poppin', kinfolk? So it's Tuesday, and y'all already know why the flying hell I'm here, girl. It is for If Loving You Was Wrong, Season 5, Episode 8, The Firm. Like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell, become the notification gang. Whew. And if you really rock with my channel the way you say you do, please make sure to watch those ads. My PayPal and Cash App will be listed down to the description box. You can also donate to the channel by joining. I have 2 tiers. Both tiers are recurring payments on your charge card every month, and you can cancel at any time. You can also donate to the channel by going to teesprings.com/T-Talk Boutique for all of your T-Talk needs. Girl. This episode of If Loving You Was Wrong was a doozy towards the ending, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So the episode starts off where it left off at, where Eddie, when he tries to show Natalie the video of Kelly kissing Lucian. Moving on from that. Alex is finished sucking Randall off like a Hoover. We may as well call her Hoover. Hoover finished sucking Randall off. Alex says that she played him from day one and she knew that he wanted her and she was in control from day one. She also tries to take his credit card out of his pocket and then he kicks her out. I tell people all the time, women are way more smarter than men. Okay? A lot of these women will play as if you got this thing in a swing, but the whole time they got your nuts gripped in their damn hand. And the minute that y'all foolish men realize that, the much better off that y'all will be. And y'all ain't hear that from me. Baby, Alex read Eddie down to the ground when he showed up down to Randall's house. Alex takes off in Eddie's car, and Eddie calls to report the car stolen, and Alex is on the line with the dispatcher, proving yet again that women are smarter than men. Eddie is very disrespectful. Eddie feels as though he could talk to people any old kind of way, and because he talks to them in that way, that's supposed to be some type of intimidation antic and have them do whatever it is that he wants them to do. And I just got a feeling Eddie, especially from what I gather from next episode, Eddie is going to be smelling what a lot of people are cooking. And I'm going to be all here for it because it's like I said in all of my other reviews. I know a lot of men that go through PTSD and things of that nature after they've gone to war. I don't feel like this is PTSD nature at all. I feel like much like Alex, Eddie has shown his true colors from day one. And now that Alex is going through what she's going through, she's basically just piggybacking off her cousin. That's just how I feel about it. This is how Eddie has always been. And I feel like now people know that. And he's definitely going to get what he has coming to them. If I know anything about Tyler Perry, Eddie is going to get what he has coming to him. And it's going to hurt him really bad. Y'all mark my word. Eddie goes to see Brad, and Brad tries to kick him out. Like I don't understand Brad. It's like, Brad, you hate Randall and you beat Randall ass every hour of the day, but it seems like when it comes to Eddie, it's always something about him that you just have second thoughts of. I mean, maybe it's because the both of you all were in the Marines or something, and you know you understand Eddie just a little bit more, and you tolerate Eddie more than anybody else does, and you have more patience with Eddie than anybody else does. But Brad, at some point you have to get it inside your thick skull that this man is not your friend at all. And any person that does or says the amounts of things that he says, you need to just wash your hands of him all the way together. Period. Steven and Esperanza, I have absolutely no interest in. And listen, I love Steven for Esperanza, but just the scenes with the two of them alone are just blah. And I got better other things to do with my time. Like, I always check out when it comes to the two of them. So moving right on along. Larry calls Ian in to talk, and Carl calls in the middle of the conversation, and Larry tells Ian that he's fired. Larry, I will say this. If Nene Leakes have never done anything in her life, one thing that's a strong if, one thing that she definitely did right was when she said these immortal words right here. You can't win when you play dirty. And the fact that how unbothered Ian was, it says a lot. And the sad part about it is, Larry, you think that by what you're doing is somehow going to help you in the long run. And it's not. I got a hankering feeling that the church is no longer going to want to deal with you. The firm is no longer want to deal with you. But not to mention, Larry, your whole life is a shade tree. You gay. Your wife is a ball dagger. Y'all have an open relationship where y'all sleep with the same sex. It's like, I just don't like Larry. I don't like Larry. Like now listen, whatever you do to Eddie, I will be here for. But whatever Ian has up his sleeves for you, I will be here for too. Moving right on along. So the kids finally come home from school, and Brad tells them the truth about everything that was going on between him and Alex. The kids tell him how upset and how sad and depressed Alex has been since he left her. Paisley asks, was he and Marcy dating? And he says yes. And they said that the both of them already knew that and figured that out. That at the end of the day, they're not upset about it. They want him as well as their mother to be happy. I feel as though the kids are too damn grown for their own good. But what I will say is I love the maturity level that the kids are showing. You know, most kids will be upset and in their feelings and mad about it. They're like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all have going on. Just as long as y'all stop lying to us, we will be happy for the both of y'all. Whatever decision that y'all make. And I was here for the kids for that. I was here for the kids with that. I think that made that situation a lot more easier and less hard to deal with as it pertains to, you know, Brad and Marcy, because Alex don't want no dinners with him. And I was all here for that. So when Mika decides to come home and she sees Steven there, she basically says that Eddie told her that Steven had beat his ex-wife and she didn't want Steven there, and that she hated there and she wants to go and live with her daddy. And we all know that all of that had everything to do with Eddie. We all know that. So then in the middle of their banter, she calls Esperanza a whore, and Esperanza slaps Mika in the mouth. And then she runs into the room. Um, I guess God finally answered my prayers about him giving Esperanza a backbone. All of these prayers and timbers that I was sending up saying, Jesus, please be a backbone for Esperanza. Father God finally answered my beck and call. But see, Essie, you a much better woman than I will ever be. Because have my daughter, my little ass daughter that I take care of, that I feed, that I clothe, that I put a roof over their head, that suck up all of my heat, my air conditioning. She a greedy come snatcher because she eats up all my damn food. Had she said that to me, that little bitch will be dead. She would be dead. Period. Point blank. And Esperanza, had you killed her, I wouldn't have been mad. You still young. You could always go on ahead and have a nasty little kid with Steven, and you could start all over again, and at least that kid will have a chance. And what kills me about Mika is you don't even live with your daddy. You live with your mama. And it would seem to me how everybody else know that Eddie is full of shit. The fact that you don't believe that, you know, I mean, I guess a part of me gets it because she is a child. She is his daughter, and daughters always cling to their fathers just a little bit more to their mother. But it's like, girl, you go to school, so you don't have kids teasing you in school every day about how weird and coked out that your dad is. Girl, you could just tell this is a Tyler Perry show anyway. Justice comes home to Natalie, and her son Franks tell Natalie about how Justice got into a fight at school. And Justice says that it was because the people was talking about his mom, and he mentioned that he was going to get a gun. And then y'all know Natalie been calling Lucian all day, and his phone was turned off. And I know why he turned his phone off, because he knew better. He knew that he couldn't trust Eddie, that Eddie was going to go and cause turmoil in this man's household. But what kills me about Eddie is Eddie wants revenge so bad, but there would not be revenge to have been had you never been treating people the way that you was treating them. Anyway, Mika calls Eddie and he tells her what happened. Eddie, you are a piss poor excuse of a man and a father. The fact that, and you know, and I know this is a show, but shit like this go on in real life. I hate when mothers and fathers, for that matter, sit up and just completely degrade, you know, the mother or father to their child. I hate that. I hate that more than anything. And what you set is an agent of chaos. And you think you're going to have the upper hand at this in the long run. But see, you quickly find out that you don't. Because when a child gets older and they're old enough to understand manipulation, and they're going to look at everything that you have ever done or that you have ever said about that parent, and that's the shit that's going to make them hate you in the long run. And then you're going to be running to everybody from Iyanla Vanzant to Steve Wilkos to try to help you get back your daughter or son, or get back the relationship that you once had with your daughter and your son. And I'm just not here for that. I'm not, like, you know, one thing that I absolutely, listen, even though she was a bad wife or he was a bad husband or boyfriend or girlfriend to you, does not mean that they're going to be the same to their children. And the nerve of people to use their kids as pawns when they're going through the midst of a nasty separation or a nasty divorce. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that at all. I never like to use children as pawns because they're innocent in all of this. That is the worst thing that you could ever do as a parent. And I'm not here for that. Lucia brings Kelly home and they see Eddie, and that was basically the end of the episode. You know, Eddie basically goes to Natalie. Natalie falls for the banana in the tailpipe, and she go come home, and she's not gonna catch Lucian doing anything because Lucian is not that kind of man. What she's gonna see is Terrell laying in bed with the new booty or whatever the case may be, and then Kelly is gonna find out what Terrell been having going on, which is gonna cause even more friction for the both of them. Not to mention she now has to sit down with Justice and tell him that it's that Terrell is his real dad. Girl, we gonna see Alex get hooked on crack cocaine from what it looked like. And nothing ain't happened to Bennett just yet. I guess they gonna do that later on in the season. And we see Steven and Eddie, Steven already wrapped his hands up so he could kick off in Eddie's ass, and Eddie, like the bitch he is gonna pull out a gun on him. We're gonna see how that turns out. As this episode, I would give it like a good 6. I mean, it don't say much, but I give it a good 6. It was, it wasn't too bad. But y'all jump down in the comments. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about the situation. Let me know how y'all feel about the season thus far. Let me know how y'all feel about the episodes as well as the characters thus far. And I'm going to let y'all later, I guess. Bye.
I just woke up and I rolled up. I just woke up and I rolled up. And I got my plane ticket. That kush, that be my starter kit. I just woke up